Afternoon, YouTube. It's been a couple of weeks. Decided we need a follow-up video, and there's been a few changes, a few additions. So let's get into it, shall we? You'll notice as we go on, there's a few things changed or moved, I should say. Through necessity, really. I don't like to move my plants. Once they are where they are, they get comfortable, they grow, and then you start moving them around and they get in a bit of a funk. So only through necessity do I move stuff, and I've had to shift stuff because you'll see in a minute, I'm running out of room. Is the top and bottom of it. I've got a lot of seedlings that I'm now starting to pot up, and I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to start putting some shelves or something. Anyway, more on that in a bit. Let's get into it. First thing on the agenda, a while ago, it was a bit of an impulse buy. I bought this Nepenthes mixter off eBay. I forget what I paid for it. I think I paid about 40 quid for it. Cutting, but a huge cutting. You see how big it is, and the leaves are huge. It's I think a bit Miranda-ish, but I thought, you know what, 45 quid. I'm gonna have a punt, and we'll see what the pictures look like. And I have to say, I mean, consider these are uppers as well. It's obviously it's a cutting. I am really, really impressed. I'm loving this. I mean, good God, look at the size of it. This is my kind of thing. I like all pictures really, but this has just surprised me. And I mean, the striping on it, it's not over the top. I love the peristome. Yeah, I'll happily grow that. Happily. So I'm not in any rush to get rid of that. That will we'll get a few more pictures out of it and see how we feel about it after a while. But yeah, that's going nowhere. Maxima Dark, Taranis EP plant. This is a cutting, which is now just putting out uppers. Just started putting out uppers. It's well rooted. It's happy. There's another one here, but it's not a cutting. This is the actual main vine. After it was split, and somebody else had the other half of it. So it's just getting back to putting out pictures, and it's growing. It's growing quite rapidly, so quite happy with that. I'll get a zoom right. Raja VTI has moved over here from the other side, and it put out a beautiful picture, which I then inadvertently snapped the lid off while I was moving. So yeah, I was really happy with that. Don't know what to make of this plant at the moment. My mate has got a Raja VTI, and I've got to say, it's head and shoulders above this at the moment. Really is absolutely fantastic plant. Check him out on Instagram, Pendas Plants. He has got a YouTube channel as well. I'll drop the link in the description down here somewhere, and check out his YouTube channel. Shout out to Penda there. So the Rob Cantley has moved over here as well. It just didn't seem happy on the other side, albeit it is growing. and it is printing out a picture over there, but it just didn't seem happy, especially when you consider now that is potted in Akadama, Kanuma and Pumice, and this little darling, which is just put out another nice leaf jump, this is potted in pure peat, no perlite, no nothing, it's just pure peat, and this thing is growing like stink. It really is. It's just put out a nice picture there, and all of a sudden it's taken off, probably due to the feeding regime. I feed this heavily. It gets fed probably, well, it gets fed every week, and I can see the difference straight away. It really is putting on some growth. So, and then I've got a third rob here, again potted in pure peat, and I'm doing exactly the same with this as I'm doing with the small one there, and the results are starting to show straight away. I've got leaf jumps, another new leaf, and this plant was went into a kind of stasis. It was doing nothing, and all of a sudden, boom, it's growing. So might just be me, but feed your robs, see what happens. They are greedy plants, but you know, don't take my word for it. I'm just showing you what mine are doing. The Vensive Rocco Exotica has put out a right chonker. Look at that. This is probably one of my favourite plants. I like it because it starts off as something not really that interesting, and within 4 or 5 days of opening you get this, which to be fair is awesome. So yeah, I wanted to move the glandulifera rob. Unfortunately the mixter has other ideas. I didn't realise, I didn't see it until it was too late, but it's properly latched onto that. And the only way I'm going to get that off is by cutting off a perfectly good picture, which I'm not going to do. So gland has got to stay there for a while. What else we got down here? Who's this? Phaisaliana. Phaisaliana is just not missing a beat at all, this thing. I am loving this plant. Let's get that out of the way. Get a bit of zoomage. Yeah, I'm really loving this plant. Not that common. I got this last year from BCP, and it was literally 2 leaves. Quite vigorous, as you can see. Nice stripy peristome, and it is growing quite rapidly, to be fair, so quite chuffed with that. Sibianensis has been moved from there to there, and to be fair, I know I've heard a lot of people say they have trouble with Sibianensis. I've never struggled with it. It just grows for me. I don't know what it is. It's just happy. Does like a lot of light, I've noticed, and it seems to be quite happy there. What else we got on here? I was going to show you this. This is a cross made by good friend Matt Richardson. This is Singalana Inimis, one of Matt's crosses, and the pictures that this has been putting out up to now, I mean, this is that by no means, this is still a seedling, I'd class it as. Small, ovate pictures, nothing to write home about, really. And then he put out this. Look at that thing. I don't know why, but I'm loving that. something about it. I don't know what it is. I'm just loving it. It's a mutant, but I love the peristome. Let me chuckle when I saw it. So let's move across. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look at this. This is Truncata, Campanulata, Vicio the Wave, Song of Melancholy, Cross Clipiata. This is one of the Carnivoro seedlings from last year. Sown in March last year, this was, so just over a year old. This is just over a year old. I am not lying. That's how old it is. And look at the size of it. And it's just put out its latest picture, which really made me happy when I saw this peristome. I was like, yes, this is going to be something special. It really is. Give it another 6 months to a year, and I think this is going to be putting out some real chonkers. Nice and flared as well. Right, the humidifier's kicked in. We're on 11 minutes, so I'm going to go for another couple of minutes, and then we're going to cut this one off, and I'll start a second one after I've turned the humidifier off and the fan, the extractor rather. Peltata Loei Vicii is, well, what can you say about that? It's just fantastic. It really is. Every time I look at it, what a plant, and it's rapid. It's growing so fast. I mean, look at that. This plant came in the BE import, and it was the same size as all these. And there's certain plants that have really started to take off, certain plants that haven't. But this Peltata Loei Vicii is just, it's just taking off. Another one is the Sibianensis Vicii Loei, another BE plant. This is taking off as well. Another gorgeous plant. Oh, that reminds me. Shout out to Dan Zukovitz. I hope I pronounced that right, Dan. Dan's a new follower to the channel, and he's a good lad. Grows a lot of nice plants, and he sells a lot of pings and other stuff as well. So I'll see if I can drop a link to his page in the description. Right, okay, I'll show you what's going on here. So until the place fills up with mist, let's move over to this side, shall we? I'm going to see if I can do like a 20-minute video and get it to upload. So what's moved over here? The Rob Cantley Burb has moved over here. It was just taking over everything over there. I mean, it comes all, let's move this. It's all the way over here. It's sticking pictures out over here as well, and over here. So I thought, yeah, let's move it, shove it over here. The Glandulifera at the back, make it a nice backdrop. The Vicii Loei from BE, that's still over here. I've just pushed it back. It's still looking decent. To say that's been open now, what, best part of 6 weeks. It's still looking nice. And the AMA, one of my favourite plants. Beautiful AMA. It's a BE one, so we'll see what the uppers look like when they come. Either way, I'm happy with it. And Paloenensis, we have a female flower. Happy days. At last, a female in the shed. Oh dear, killing myself. And what we've got over here, some nice peltata pictures just forming. There's one there, and I don't know if you can just see it. Zoom in. One just over the back there, not far off, ready to pop. So zoom back out. I've also moved over here the Lowii Boschiana, which I don't. It's just not a happy plant. It really isn't. It's put out of basil, and the basil has put out a nice little picture. Gorgeous little picture it's put out. But the main vine, it just isn't happy. But saying that, it's just put out its first bit. I've had this plant in here for, God, 6-8 months, and it's just put out its first picture. I'm hoping, or I was hoping, for maybe a flower off this as it's vining. So we'll see. So 16 minutes. I'm going to take it to 20. I'm going to stretch it to 20 minutes. See what happens. Truncata seedlings that desperately need repotting. These are the Carnivoro Truncata D #1 cross Truncata D white peristome. I only had 6 of these germinate out of a full pod. Really poor germination rate on this one. Let's walk through the mist. Unlike the other pods, which germinated all these. Those are all Carnivoro Truncata. Those are all Carnivoro Truncata. And this is what I was saying about seedlings. I'm now starting to separate seedlings, and this is going to become a bit of a logistical nightmare. I'm going to have to set up a second tent, I think, somewhere. Mrs. is going to be happy with that, but otherwise this place is just going to be overrun with seedlings. Nice new addition here. It was in the conservatory, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that in the. I'm going to take it in the tent. It is giving off a bit of a scent. It's quite a nice scent. It's lovely. And right beside it, we have got the latest Veitchii Burb picture. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? What a picture. Absolutely gorgeous. That was what I was going to do. Right. I'm just going to spend 2 minutes. Dan, good old Dan, asked me to show him my bog. Not my toilet, my bog. There you go, Dan. If I can get down low enough. This is the moss tray stroke bog. There's literally a bit of everything in here. We've even got begonia size moray. That was a begonia cutting that I put in here, and it's taken and it's now growing in 2 different places. We've got some pings over here. We've got Helianthora. That is Heterodoxa cross minor, which is, yes, I know it's etiolated and it needs to come out of there and go under some proper lights. These lights are T5s. They're okay for this, but they're no good for that Helianthora. There's some more Utrix over the back. There's a Utric here. I have no idea where it is. Dan, you might be able to tell me if drop 8 is the flower. Drop a comment down below if you know what this Utric is. And I don't even know where it came from. There are so many different sundews in here, it's unbelievable. Lots of Drosera, and there's another Utric there, another Utric there. There is actually another Helium 4 there that I didn't even know was in here. No idea where that's come from, and I was trimming the moss and inadvertently cut the top of the 2 pitches off. So I did put 2 seedlings in here last year, so chances are it's one of those. It really, I'll need to go through here because the moss is now overgrowing all the Drosera and everything else. So there's a new I forget what it's called, Adelaide. There's 2 new ones of those just popped up. So I think I need to sort it out down here. It's starting to get overrun, and we are now starting to fill up with properly starting to fill up with fog. So I'm going to stand up. My bad knees and bad back. We're going to call this one. It's 21 minutes, so we'll see how long this takes to upload. And there you go. Fog stops play. I do like this new humidifier. It gets the job done. Really does get the job done. What are we at? We're at 25.7, so it doesn't get above 26 in here. As soon as it hits 26C, I'm not going to spin you around too fast. Don't want to make you sick. I was asked to explain this to somebody. As soon as it hits 26C, this big 8-inch extractor will start to work in reverse, and it will draw in nice cool air from outside anytime now. We're at 25.8, I think. So just wait for it. Yeah, so it will pull in cold air from outside, and in doing so, drop the temperature back down to 24. It doesn't go above 26, but the average temperature, running temperature in here is 24. So once it drops it back down to 24, it then takes probably 10-15 minutes for it to warm back up due to the lights. There's a lot of lights in here, so it does get warm quickly. And that's how I keep, here we go, it's just at 26. And we've now got beautifully cool air. It's lovely, really nice and cool. That is going to cool it down. As you can see, it's blowing all the fog about. Let's come back down this end. That's going to cool us down and bring us back down to 24. You can see how quickly it's going down. There you go. It drops quite rapidly, so it's not on for long, and then the whole process starts again. But in doing so, it drops the humidity, hence the need for that, which then keeps the humidity up. Oh, big spider I've just noticed going up. Look at that. Bit of nature here. Nice big female house spider. Unfortunately, it may fall fell to a pitcher. That's a cracker. She's a beaut. Loving life in here. There you go. This is the plant I got off Dan. Stand by it. Elbow red, doing really well, Dan. Thank you. Cracking plant. And take a look at that new addition. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to call this one here and I'm going to go and start uploading it, and we'll see how long it's going to take. So I'll speak to you soon. Let's get this uploaded.